Hey, what's going on, Dishers? It's me, Deluxe Dave. I am back. It's been forever, and this is my first broadcast in almost a year now. Other than the little excerpts I did back in the day, but I really want to say that I'm happy to be back, and I'm kind of nervous because it's like my first like time back. It's like doing it all over again. So I'm really excited. Thanks for all of you that have stuck with me and that are still subscribing and getting other people to subscribe. I really appreciate it. As you can see, I'm in a different location now. As I talked about way back in my video 2 years ago, well, almost 2 years ago, well, a year ago, around this time. I was saying how much I wanted to get out of Ohio, and I finally have, and I live in North Carolina now, which I love as of right now, and it's just really great to just be in a different atmosphere and learning new things. But you learn so much from being on your own. It's just me and my wife, and that's it. And you learn so much from it just being you and another person, and just learning and living together and not having anything to fall back on. Sometimes it's good to learn this way because God teaches you so much in that time. So it's just great to be back. I'm here just to talk about all this stuff, and I'm wearing this because I'm kind of late, but I'm very excited for, and congratulations to the St. Louis Cardinals for winning the World Series. It is great that they did what they did, and I'm really excited and happy for them. Good job, St. Louis Cardinals. Good job. Anyways, that's my hometown, so I got to give it the props. Got to give it, raise the roof, raise it for the St. Louis Cardinals. All right. Anyways, so I could sit here and talk about all of the media news that I have missed, but I'm sure you all have been watching either The View, you've been watching other YouTubers talk about all these different things that have been going on in the media, and you can catch up with them if you go and watch their videos. But I'm not going to go over all that stuff because it's so much that from the last time that I've done a video up till now has transpired since then. So I'm not going to go into all that, but I am going to talk about what I have been doing in my spare time, which is always, as I always do, is listen to music. So I'm going to go a little bit back in time because of some of the music that I have listened to I never got to review. So I want to quickly go over this first wonderful CD by Mary Mary called Something Big. Mary Mary did an excellent job on this album. I love every song on this album. I'm really in love with the way that they have really broadened themselves from when they first came out. I mean, they've always had a sense of hip hop and upbeatness to them, but with this album, they've really gone an extra mile by putting some really good music and really good lyrics with their music. One of my favorite songs on here is called Survive. It's actually on the radios right now, and it's called Survive, and it really has a really good message to it. They also have a video out. If you want to go and check it out, you can go and check out their website, and make sure you go and look at what they have. I also love the song Blind. I wish they had a video to the song Blind. Oh, and you got it, on everybody. I love the song Blind. Blind is a really good song. The album is wonderful. The very last song on it, called Homecoming Glory, written by CeCe Winans, I believe, is a really good song on here also. It just gets you in that mode, I just can't wait to get to heaven. But I really love Mary Mary's album, Something Big. Really good. It came out earlier this year, and it's a really good CD. Make sure, if you haven't got it already, that you go cop this CD up. A few weeks before Mary Mary came out, this wonderful guy named Kirk Franklin came out with his album called Hello Fear. Kirk Franklin is actually touring right now. He'll be here in Greensboro, North Carolina on November 12th. But he's touring with his Fearless tour right now. He's touring with the winner of Sunday's Best and some more people. Don't quote me on this. It might be Isaac Curry, but I'm not sure. Anyways, he's touring with his Fearless tour. Make sure you get this album, Hello Fear. I mean, it's a genius title, and the first introduction song called Hello Fear introduces us like we're talking to fear in person. Like, it's just like boldly saying, we're not going to have this anymore. We're not going to fear anything anymore. We're going to walk forward and do what we have to do. And that's what this whole life is about, doing what we're supposed to be doing in our lifetime with no fear, because God has put us on the earth for a purpose. So we're here to do what we have to do. So that's why I've been doing what I have to do, and I'm going to continue to do what I have to do. That's why I've been having this like sit down moment. Aside from all the music and stuff like that, I've been having my sit down moments where I've had to get myself together, bring out what I'm supposed to be doing, realize that there's a purpose for me doing what I'm doing, but it's not my end result. It's what I'm going to be doing and what's going to go further on down the line as I go. So I'm not going to blabber on about myself, but this is the other album, which is very, very old, but it's got me through many, 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 many long, long, long times. Or not times, but nights. But Out of Eden, This Is Your Life, came out in 2002. This CD will never get old. Ever, 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 ever get old. I have to give them their props because I've never really talked about them on my... Maybe I have before, but I really want to talk about it now because this group right here needs to be back together. I would love to see Out of Eden do something. If I was to have an interview, there are two groups or people that I would like to interview, which would be every person from Out of Eden, including Lisa, Andrea, and Joy or Danielle. I would like to interview them, or if I got in a room and was able to interview each one of them, it'd be the bomb. My other person would be Will Smith, but that's a long shot, but hopefully one day I will. But those are the two people that I would like to have sit down interviews with out of anybody. I love Out of Eden. This whole album, every album that Out of Eden came out with, but this album in particular, This Is Your Life, with the song Praise You on there, which is the best song on here. Album is dope. Make sure if you don't have Out of Eden, go on Amazon, order the album, get it. Out of Eden was one of the best female groups of Christian music. Hands down. Hands down. Anyways, so that's what I've been doing in my spare time. I'll probably be, now that the Christmas season is coming up, I'm going to pull out my 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child. I'll probably pull out my Mariah Carey Christmas 1 and Christmas 2. I'll probably listen to both of those and probably get out my Real Meaning of Christmas CD that have Fred Hammond on there with some other artists, like various artists. But Fred Hammond had the best song, Suddenly, I think it was called Suddenly. That was on the Real Meaning of Christmas. That came back out in the 90s, and that was one of my best favorite Christmas albums. Speaking of Fred Hammond, let me tell you real quick that Fred Hammond, it's my dude, he's coming back out with an album in 2012. Oh my gosh, let me get the name of it correct. It's called God, Love, and Romance, and it's supposed to come out January 31st. If it gets pushed back, oh well, but I'm sure it's going to be dope because it's going to be 2 CDs long, just like his Pages of Life. When the Pages of Life came out with 2 CDs, this is the first time he's done a 2 CDs since Pages of Life, because Free to Worship had a CD and a DVD. But this CD is going to be 2 CDs. 2 CDs of Fred music. Fred Hammond is like the Stevie Wonder of gospel music. If you ain't hip to Fred Hammond, you don't know gospel music. So make sure, I'll be getting it. January 31st, you get God, Love, and Romance by Fred Hammond. It's going to be good. Another album that is on my waiting list right now, I don't have it yet, but it's on my waiting list, is Kierra Sheard's album Free. I've got to listen to little bits and pieces. I have a few of them saved on my phone of her songs, but I have to buy the album for myself. Because I love Kierra Sheard ever since she came out with Bold Right Life. I love that CD, the bomb. So those are the things I've been doing in my spare time. And I've also had time to read. Reading relaxes me, gets me calm, actually gets me in my journal, start to write down stuff, and gets me hyped to write my own story, which is progressing, and I'm getting to write down my story because I have a story to tell, and I hope that the world will love to hear my story too when I do come out with it. It's a memoir. I love reading memoirs because they tell a story of the person that you grew up with. But this particular memoir is called Jodie Sweetin's Unsweetened. And it basically goes into the life of Jodie Sweetin, which was one of my favorite characters from Full House. Anybody that was in elementary school could tell you that. Anybody that was in junior high could tell you I loved Full House and I loved Jodie Sweetin. So I loved to read her story because I never knew a lot about what she was all about, like that she was adopted and that she I knew she had some drug problems, but I didn't know the depth of it. But I'm basically almost toward the end of the book. I'm about on the 150th page, but I'm very close to the end of the book. It kept me enthralled. The whole first half of the book I read in one day. And it kept me enthralled the whole time because you never really get to see the behind the scenes of what went happen with Full House and just the different things that were going on during that time. So it's really good to hear what Jodie Sweetin had to say in this book. If you don't have it, make sure you go cop it. I copped this one from the library, but if you want to go cop it, go buy this book. It would be a great book to add to your collection. If you're a Full House fan or if you watch Full House, you want to know some of the things that happen behind the scenes. It even goes into some of the things that were happening behind the scenes of other characters of Full House. So make sure if you want to read a good memoir, read this one. I'm going to try to get my next memoir that I have on my waiting list is Common's. I want to read Common's memoir because I think it would be interesting to hear some of the things that Common went through in his lifetime. So that's basically all I wanted to talk about today because I've just been on the back burner. So I'm still, incorporating a lot of media and different things that I love to talk about on here. I'm just doing it in a different way. So I hope I will gain more people. Tell people about Deluxe Dave Edition. It's going to be more raw, more myself. Not as much editing here and there and the other. It's just going to be me blatantly talking to you about things that I like to talk about. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Make sure you get people to subscribe to the Deluxe Dave Edition. Click on that button. Review this video. Look at these videos. Look at some old videos. Look at some new videos. And make sure you get hip to Deluxe Dave Edition because I'm still going to be here. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I just get goofy. All right. I'll talk to you all later, okay? Holla back, y'all.